Hello and welcome to Dr. Shiny Tarot once again. I am Dr. Shiny, and here is a daily tarot reading, a three card reading. So this is not meant to be an extremely in-depth reading, not meant to work out your love life or anything like that. This is supposed to be just a daily reminder on where to adjust your focus to try to make the day go as well as it can, or to kind of just push you in the right direction if you're feeling like there's a choice where you're not sure exactly how to decide on something. You can sort of come back to this and look for a little bit of just short and sweet guidance. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more in-depth, I do have my monthly readings and some other special readings that I do on my channel, so please check that out, subscribe. But I'm going to try to keep these pretty short so that I can knock them out and get at least one of them a day done. But that said, each one of these card piles here has 3 cards, and that 3 cards will be your reading. And we have 3 crystals here as well for you to choose from. So I want this to be a very intuitive reading. I don't want to put a lot of strict guidelines or anything on this. If you feel as though you want to see what the results of more than one of these are, or if you want to see all of them, that would certainly be a positive for you in any case. But if you don't feel led to look at a second pile after you've chosen your first, that's certainly fine as well. I'm leaving that up to you. I want you to be able to engage your intuition and figure out exactly what you need from this reading. Okay, so this first pile that we have here is the Opal Quartz, which is very pretty. It's very rainbow colored. I'm in the process of getting a better camera so that you can see these better, but for now, take my word for it, it's very pretty. This is blue Apatite. It is also very pretty. I picked this one specifically because it has such deep green colors, which I don't see in a lot of the blue Apatite, but it stood out. And then we have the rose quartz, which is very common, very popular stone. Here, if I give it some shade, you can see it a little better. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to go ahead and pick one of these piles. Okay, so if you have picked your pile, we will go ahead and move on to pile number 1. And I'll leave the other ones just sitting there for now. So here's pile number 1, and this is if you picked the opalite. I'm sorry, not opalite. Opal Quartz. So very pretty stone. This will be your reading. So the way this reading will work is it's 3 cards. We're going to give you your current situation, or the situation that you will be confronted with in this day. What will cross you, or what will be your obstacle to overcome, and this will be your advice for dealing with that situation, or what you can sort of rely on to get through this well. Okay, so what you have for your situation is Ace of Wands. So a new opportunity for action is going to come your way. So you'll be presented with something like would you like to learn something new today? Would you like to sort of do something that you haven't done before? It's not as though you just have to sort of rely on yourself completely to do something else. This is an opportunity that will be presented to you. So there is kind of a hand coming out of the cloud here, right? So it's kind of handing you this opportunity. So when you are presented with this opportunity, what you'll be kind of facing, or what'll be in the way, is this Seven of Wands energy, which is a sort of like a need to defend yourself. So there may be someone who says, no, you don't need to do that. You need to do it the way that you've always done. So there will be a need to show some leadership and some confidence. There'll be a need for you to almost feel like you're fighting people off, because it's like this new action is going to kind of ruffle some feathers, possibly. So your advice for how to handle this situation, how to make this go as smoothly as possible, will be this Fool card. So this is to say, to almost, in this context, I would say it's almost like a ask for forgiveness rather than for permission, right? So this is to kind of just have some faith and go with it, to try something new. This is also the energy that you should inspire others with in this sort of quest to get others to come around to your way of thinking. So in other words, you have to sell this idea that having faith in how it's going to turn out will benefit everybody involved. So you want to, of course, you don't want to do things that are extremely dangerous. If somebody's coming to you with a new opportunity to do some meth or something like that, I would recommend saying no. But this is, if it's a new opportunity to work on a new project or do something new with work or something like that, there is definitely going to be a need for you to just sort of go with it, to not feel as though you are incapable, but to have some confidence and just trust that you're able to do it, even if you don't think that you are. So the Fool is saying, like, don't sit there and try to doubt your abilities or anything. Just go for it. Just sort of dive off that cliff, and not a literal cliff. Again, I feel like I have to warn people about these things because I'm worried that people will take things too literally. Don't literally dive off any cliffs, but take the plunge and jump for whatever opportunity presents itself. It's a good day for it today. Okay? So that is for pile number 1. So we'll go ahead and put him back. This is for pile number 2. Okay, this was for the blue Apatite. If you chose that stone, we will go ahead and do your 3 card. And again, this is the situation. This is what's going to happen. This is how you should handle it, or not how you should handle it, but what's going to kind of interfere, or what's going to challenge you, what's the obstacle to overcome. And this is your advice for really how you should handle it, or what you should go about doing. All right, so for this current situation, or for this event, you have the 9 of Coins. This is saying that there's going to be a point at which you're going to be tempted to kind of just sit back and let things be, because there's going to be already a dimension of success, or things are going to be going well. So you're going to kind of sit back and do a little daydreaming and get a little spacey, right? And you're not really going to push home. And so to kind of get over that requires for you to realize that, like, there's still more work to be done. There's still additionally some room for improvement here. There's a spot for you to kind of really knock it out of the park. And see, what challenges you here is this Death card. The Death card is not saying that, like, there's going to be a death here or something like that is going to challenge you. But what it is saying is that you're going to have to kind of adopt a new mindset here. There's going to be something that you're going to be kind of in this cycle, this repetitive cycle. It could almost be even like a little complacency, or feeling like procrastination, like you're just going to do it tomorrow or something like that. So this right here, it just indicates that it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get out of that cycle. The way that you do that is by just kind of like jumping in and like just completely adopting a new mindset instead of thinking about like, what do I want to do today? The same thing I do every day. It is, let's do something completely different. Let's completely go in a new direction. Let's have like a rebirth, a death of the old way, and let's bring something in new. And so that's going to kind of free up a lot of stagnant energy for you. And your advice or what's going to help you in this quest or situation is the Page of Coins in the reverse. So Page of Coins, this is a brand new opportunity for growth or something like that. So this is saying that, to jump into this situation or to essentially start something completely new as far as a project goes is probably not going to work out for you as much. This is not saying that you need to just completely abandon what you're doing, because what you're doing, after all, has been successful. But it suggests that you need some sort of a new approach or some fresh energy in this whole endeavor to get you on a new path or a new way of thinking about what you've been doing. So yes, it's been working. Absolutely, it has been. But there is an opportunity for you to switch it up and to really drive it home and to get a new level of success out of whatever this is you've been doing. And this is saying a little bit of a warning to be wise about it. So use your experience, use your knowledge, use your success to inform your decision. Don't act rashly. So this, I know it's saying to come up with a new approach. This does not mean to come up with some rash or just haphazard approach. You're definitely going to want to think this new approach through. Okay, so I think that just kind of means that you've been working on something with some skill, with quite a bit of expertise or experience, and you are really just in a place where you need to push past your complacency and really put all of that work that you've done, everything that you've done, into action instead of just sort of sitting on that success, right? So that's where your advice is taking you today. So that's it for pile number 2. And so now we're going to go to pile number 3. And pile number 3 is the one who chose the rose quartz. Very beautiful stone, always a favorite. Okay, so what you're going to be faced with is this 4 of Cups if you chose the rose quartz. This is going to be, well, let's go ahead and draw what's crossing you and then your advice. So the 4 of Cups here is the it's sort of a downtrodden attitude. It's a little bit almost like a depression, right? This is there's opportunities around you, there's things going on, but you're not feeling up today. You're feeling a little bit lousy. It's possible something has got you down, something bad has happened, some kind of loss. And so this means that even though the day isn't really going to go horribly, there's not really necessarily anything going to go wrong, you're just not going to be feeling great today. And what's going to be crossing you is this here Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, oh, I'm sorry, this is it's a feminine card. This is the King of Wands. So this is the King of Wands, and this is what's going to be crossing you. So I feel like what this is saying is that even though you're not going to be feeling great, you're not going to be feeling in a good mood, you're still going to kind of have the man looking down your back. There's going to be this need to carry on. You're still going to be obligated to sort of go to work or fulfill some obligations, some things that you don't want to do. So action is still going to be pushing you forward, even though you're kind of feeling down or in a bad mood today. I would suggest that if you do have an extra day to deal with this or something, or just a way to sort of withdraw and take a little bit of time to work through this, it may be a good time to do that. But it also depends on what kind of person you are, because some people don't do very well just kind of by themselves wallowing in sorrow if it's something that's that big of a deal. You may want to be around some people, but it seems that what's going to be challenging today is being, pushed forth to act, to do things, to get things done while not feeling really up to it, right? So, and your advice for getting through this situation, you have this Two of Swords. This is a very conflicted energy. This is sort of not really knowing which way to go. The idea that I get is that you're kind of afraid that something is going to come at you and you don't really know which way it's coming from, so you kind of have to defend both ways at the same time. But there's a better way to do that. So the real way to be ready for whatever comes, instead of feeling like you need to be on the defense all the time, is to sort of just almost zone out, right? So I always used to hear stories about fencing instructors, and they would have students that would live with them, and they would periodically they would sneak around and they would attack the student at any time, just surprise attack them at any time while they're doing chores around the house or whatnot, with wooden canes. And the idea would be that the student was kind of expected to be on guard all the time to defend from attack. But what would happen is he would be going around a corner thinking that there was surely an attack about to come, and then all of a sudden the master would come from behind and whack him on the head. So eventually he just kind of gives up, and he just says, well, if it hits me, it hits me. So when he does this, all of a sudden now his attention isn't focused in some direction. It's kind of just, surrounding him. He's got a more complete focus on what goes on around him. And before you know it, as soon as that stick comes at him, he's able to actually block it. He's able to defend because he's not really searching in any one particular direction. He's prepared in every direction, right? So this situation here is an opportunity for you to sort of let go, to be a little bit more vulnerable. And I think that if you are honest with people about what you've gone through, or that you're not feeling well, there's a potential to gain a little bit of sympathy, which will also make it so that you don't have to defend yourself from people who maybe sometimes you feel like you need to, people that are kind of on your back. So if you can just kind of level with them and say, you know what, I'm not feeling really well, this is going to help you get over this energy of being pushed around all the time. It's going to help you have a little bit more of like a peaceful day. And I think that, I know this is just a daily reading, but carrying forward from this day, just a little side note, this has the potential to for this energy to sort of carry forward, because it's an opportunity to change the way that somebody is looking at you. And if you can kind of just maintain that energy, all of a sudden you have trained somebody to approach you with more sympathy or understanding, and that might be a welcome change in your life. So not saying that this is going to make all of this better, whatever has got you feeling a little ill, but just to say that there is a way here to make some lemons out of lemonade, and to at least get some positive benefit out of whatever this disappointment comes from. So that's it for the third deck, and like I said, let me know what you think about these. I'm gonna try to do one of these every day. I think it's a cool idea, and if you are interested in a more in-depth reading, please check out my channel. There are all kinds of readings. My monthly readings for each star sign are a good place to start. And until next time, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, and please subscribe and like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.